Hello students, welcome back to our channel. My name is Leela. Today we will study about hematopoiesis. What is hematopoiesis? Hematopoiesis is the process of formation, development, maturation of all blood cells. They are red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets from hematopoietic stem cells. What is hematopoietic stem cells? These are immature cells present in red bone marrow that produces all types of cells. Now we will see simple definition. Hematopoiesis is the process of producing all blood cells in the red bone marrow. What is red bone marrow? Red bone marrow is a blood forming tissues which is found in inside the cavities of bones. Next we will see meaning of the word. Hemato means blood and poiesis means formation. Therefore, hematopoiesis means blood cell formation. Next we will see site of hematopoiesis before birth. That means fetal life. Fetal means fetus or fetal means when baby is growing inside the mother's womb. So that baby we can call it as fetal or fetus. Okay, blood cell production occurs in different organs during fetal development. When a baby is inside the mother's womb growing, so that baby we can call it as fetus or fetal. This is the age of pregnant woman. Okay, and this is the site of blood cell formations. Okay, so first few weeks of pregnancy, during first few weeks of pregnancy, blood cells are growing in yolk sac. Here L silent, okay, yolk sac. So yolk sac is nothing but it is like a one membrane, extra embryonic membrane that provides nourishment, that means nutrition to the developing embryo before the placenta is fully formed. That is called yolk sac. Next one is 2 to 7 months of pregnancy. Red blood cells form in liver. That is, liver is the main organ. Okay. Next, in the month of 3 to 7 months of pregnancy, in the 3 to 7 months of pregnancy, blood cells form in spleen. It is a organ. So inside that spleen, blood cells will form. In last months of pregnancy, hematopoiesis will take place in bone marrow, which is present in cavities of bones. After baby born, hematopoiesis process will be takes place inside the red bone marrow, which is main site of hematopoiesis. So next one we will see bones which containing red bone marrow. So sternum is a chest bone, okay, which is present in center of the chest. Ribs, which is ribs are attached to the sternum. Next one is vertebrae. Vertebrae is backbone, skull and pelvic bones. Upper end of femur. Femur is nothing but thigh bone. Upper end of humerus. It is a long bone of upper arm. It is formed from shoulder to the elbow. Next one is hematopoietic stem cells. Hematopoietic stem cells are immature cells that can produce all types of blood cells. These stem cells divided into two main groups. One is myeloid stem cells, another one is lymphoid stem cells. Now we will see formation of blood cells. Myeloid stem cells. It is myeloid stem cells are one of the type of hematopoietic stem cells, okay, which produces red blood cells, platelets, neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, monocytes. Okay, next one is lymphoid stem cells. Lymphoid stem cells are another type of hematopoietic stem cells. These lymphoid stem cells are producing B lymphocytes, T lymphocytes. What are these lymphocytes? B lymphocytes, T lymphocytes. These are types of white blood cells. Okay, we will see steps of erythropoiesis. The development of RBC occurs through several stages. Now we will see each stage. Stage 1, hematopoietic stem cells. Okay, this is the mother cell of all blood cells. Which one? Hematopoietic stem cell. Hematopoietic stem cell is a mother cell of all blood cells. It has the ability to produce RBCs, WBCs and platelets. Next, second step, myeloid stem cell. The hematopoietic stem cells differentiates into myeloid stem cell. The myeloid stem cell gives rise to RBC cells. Third step. Third step, proerythroblast. This is the first recognizable RBC precursor. Precursor means immature cells. It is a large cell with a large nucleus. Okay. So proerythroblasts are large cell with a large nucleus. It actively divides. Which one? Proerythroblasts actively divides into number of cells. Next, step number 4, basophilic erythroblast. The cell becomes slightly smaller. It begins producing hemoglobin. Which one? Basophilic erythroblast start producing hemoglobin. The cytoplasm stains blue because of abundant RNA. What is RNA? RNA is ribonucleic acid. Ribonucleic acid which is present in all cells, which get instructions from DNA to make proteins inside the cells. Okay, next one is polychromatophilic erythroblast. So these cells, more hemoglobin is formed. These cells form with more hemoglobin, and the cytoplasm changes from blue towards pink as hemoglobin accumulates. The nucleus in these cells becomes smaller. Step 6, orthochromatic erythroblast, also call it as normoblast. So these cells contains a large amount of hemoglobin. The nucleus becomes very small and is eventually pushed out. That means expelled out. Next step is reticulocyte. The cell has no nucleus. Reticulocytes not having any nucleus, it still contains a small amount of ribosomal, that is RNA. It enters the bloodstream from the bone marrow. Okay, it expels out from the bone marrow and it will enter into the bloodstream. Within 1 to 2 days, it matures into a red blood cell. Step 8, mature red blood cell. So mature red blood cells, also call it as erythrocytes. These cells fully mature RBCs. So these cells contains biconcave disc in shape. No nucleus or mitochondria in it. It filled with hemoglobin. These cells carries oxygen from the lungs to tissues and carbon dioxide back to the lungs. It lives for about 120 days. Look into this picture. This is a picture of erythropoiesis, and look into these three cells. This is hemocytoblast and proerythroblast and early erythroblast. These cells having big nucleus. Okay. So first hemocytoblast will be converting into proerythroblast. Proerythroblast converting into early erythroblast. In the early erythroblast, ribosome synthesis will be takes place. Okay, and so that's why cell is looking like blue in color, and later this will turn into late erythroblast because here hemoglobin accumulation will be takes place, and next stage is normoblast. In normoblast stage, nucleus become very small in size. Next one is mature normoblast, that is nucleus is expelling out from the cell. And look into this. So in the reticulocytes doesn't contain any nucleus, and later this reticulocyte enters into bloodstream. So later these reticulocytes will enter into the bloodstream and it will get matured eventually. As matured cells are called as erythrocyte. It has biconcave disc shape and it contains hemoglobin inside, so it turns into red in color. Okay students, in next video I will continue from here. Until then, bye and take care.